So, hello, welcome, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I have the pleasure of interviewing one of my Sacred Star students, who's also come into our support leadership as well. And it's Mari Brias. Sorry, I got that wrong. And she is a gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, talented mother of two teenage boys, which I think is just outstanding on its own that you're creating some amazing men in this world. She's also a primary school teacher, so she's been teaching primary school for 27 years. And for me, I think primary teachers are the most important people in society. So we have a very important person here in society, and I think that job is not praised and acknowledged enough. So for all you teachers out there, I'd like to shout out to you as well. But she's also a theta healer. She's a medical intuitive. She is an entrepreneur. She's also done business school and background. She's obviously done the embodiment coaching, and I'm sure I've left some of your qualifications out here. But Mari, thank you for being here, and I very much look forward to hearing your journey through the program. So welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here. And to help other future students to come into the program.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So this is it. If you've got questions, this is the time to ask people. Mari, tell us your experience. Like, what has been your experience? What have you gotten out of the Sacred Star certification? And for those that aren't familiar with it, maybe I give a little bit of a bit of information around it. It's a 6 to 9 month embodiment coaching certification that gives you a qualification to not only awaken yourself through embodiment, but also your clients so they can embody their soul. And it's also a healing and a teaching and a coaching certification all rolled into one. And we have Marcella that's just said hello to both of us. Hi, Marcella.
hi,
Marcella,
Marcella.
a fellow Sacred Star student as well. So hi, Marcella. So yes, Mari, let us know your journey, your experience.
Yeah, well, I felt the energy of the course pull me in the minute I saw it, and I remember when I first saw it, I thought, "Oh, I'd love to take that course." But then, of course, finances is always something that you have to consider when you have a family, and there are other finances along the way. But something really beautiful happened, which was that because I had already taken a few of your courses in the past, I got this huge, beautiful discount. And
Yeah,
all
because
of a sudden, it's just,
you did Essential Enlightenment Academy before.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, all of a sudden, everything was green lights go, and got into the course. And it has been one of the most amazing journeys. I mean, if not the most amazing journeys, healing journeys I have done so far. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, which is why I keep on coming back as well. Because it really has been a very deep journey of, first of all, getting to know myself more as a woman. That's what actually drew me in, because I was already doing some of your women's work before that, and that's the moment that I was in at that time. And when I saw the embodiment program, I said, okay, right, this is it, this is part of my journey. And it made me realize that, one of my biggest breakthroughs when I first started was that I hadn't really been like living in my body or being sovereign in my body, despite being alive for 40 plus years. So it was an awakening to my own body and understanding what it meant to be a woman, and accepting my body, my woman body, and learning how to love it, learning how to live with it, learning how to use it as your guide as well. And I really felt how the more I did that, the more present I felt in this world, like the more here I was, the more I felt like I was materializing into my body. And I think that's just, there's no other way to explain that. That's just purely magical. I think that whole sensation of finally saying, I'm here. I finally arrived at
Yeah.
my body,
Yeah.
So
And Yeah, and that is a big thing for a lot of people, is to feel like they're present here, grounded.
Mhm.
The totality of them can exist without maybe feeling disassociated, or maybe feeling still kind of hidden, or feeling like a sense of self-rejection, or all that stuff which can really block us from incarnating and, like you're saying, materializing as yourself in reality. So I'm glad
Yes,
you
and of course, as women, we have all these issues about our bodies, and I'm sure all of us have stories of being at war with our bodies at some point or the
yeah,
other. And I just learned how to love my body. It was accepting, you
yeah,
know, this is love the skin you're in. A yoga teacher of mine used to always say that, love the skin you're in. And it was really that, learning how to appreciate everything that the body does for us. And once you go deeper into the program as well, and you learn how, okay, the body is like a memory keeper of all the experiences that we've had in the past, the traumas, and all, then you learn how to work with that. That's also beautiful to unlock and see how, you can move forward in life once you're able to understand how the body works.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing, we first of all embody our body, and then we have to learn to embody our life, so the
mhm,
journey of embodiment continues
exactly,
exponentially, really.
it does, yeah. And like I said, we're still going.
You're
We're
going, it
still
doesn't
going.
end.
Yeah.
Mm. And what's been some of the maybe some of the deeper awakenings or the deeper alignments that you've had that may have helped you to get onto your path, or to gain more clarity
Mhm.
around who you are, or your purpose, or yeah.
Yeah, so one of the first alignments that I had to step into was um, being authentic, like really getting in touch with my true voice, my authentic voice. And again, our journey as women, many times our voices get um, quieted down, or we don't know how to use our voice really, depending on the culture we grew up in, or the circumstances in which we grew up in. And so finding that voice was so important, to be able, and not just that voice of being able to speak my truth, but the person that can speak my truth and show my vulnerability at the same time, and be okay with it, like I there were many moments in that first round of Sacred Star. A lot of things were going on in at work, and many things were happening around me, and I remember being in that situation wherein I'm not afraid to speak,
Mm,
even if it shows my most vulnerable point,
yeah.
you know and that was one of the first alignments that I stepped into. And the minute I got there, then I started feeling, okay, and now I feel like I'm more present. I feel there was a strength in that. There was um, a power in that. So all of a sudden those alignments started coming in as well. And then of course, as you start um, feeling stronger, more powerful, and then you start also discerning more, what are your desires, what do you really want to, what do you say yes to, what do you say no to. So like all of a sudden all these little pieces of the puzzle started to just fit in and construct what I feel now is just this person. Like I said, it feels more like there's a weight, there's a sovereignty and a
Mm,
presence, when and the thing is, because of all the circumstances that we've been living through these last couple of years, three
yeah.
years, we're just being pushed around left, right, and center. And if you don't know how to come into that sovereignty, you'll just be pushed around like like being in a tumble dryer or something.
Mm, 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 mm.
So for me, it was just a way of anchoring myself more amidst the craziness of what's going on, and finding my the way I wanted to express myself, the way I wanted to appear and turn up in this world with all that happening, and know what was important, what for me mattered, and
Mhm.
know when to say no as
Mhm.
well to certain things that didn't matter.
Absolutely.
So that was a very empowering um, alignment,
Yeah.
and an awakening.
Yeah, totally. And we forget how actually powerful the no is, No
Exactly.
open and closed doors in our lives, knowing when we should be saying no and when we should say yes is we actually opening and closing doors in our reality. So it's a very powerful superpower that we have to recreate our life. Yeah.
Yes, and to
Beautiful.
be able to say things
Hmm.
with the peace, without the anger, without the aggressiveness, without, especially when you're being bombarded
Yeah.
um, all around, and you can just step in and say, but no, this is not how I see it, or,
Yeah.
and say, this is what I think. There's just, I don't know, it's priceless to be able to say that. And not many people can say that. And even
Mm.
then I still, there are moments where I feel like it's not easy to say it, but more and more I just see that whereas before I'd probably just keep quiet and not say anything to avoid the conflict, now I can say it with calm and with peace,
Yeah.
and that also is a gift, to know
Yeah.
how to navigate those situations, especially when you're dealing with people all the time.
Yes, definitely. And we can be very quickly manipulated or maneuvered in a different direction
Mhm.
or dismissed or um, all of a sudden taking orders from someone else and actually saying what we need to say and changing the situation. Because every time we say no, or this is what I want, or this is who I am, you're actually changing reality to realign to what's in alignment. So it's a powerful
and
point.
and that's the beautiful thing about embodiment, I feel, because once you embody everything, you're embodying yourself more, you're not going to be easily swayed because you feel the embodiment inside of you. Whereas before, maybe you could be easily swayed if you're not sure. Now you know for sure because it resonates in all your body. So the minute you say yes and it resonates in all your body, yes, this is it. Or if you say no and it resonates in all your body, then you know that it's not meant to be. So there's like
Mhm.
a certainty and yeah, like I said, like a power in knowing that, because it just gives you the clear answers,
Yeah,
whereas before you might be second guessing or trying to figure things out. No, now you have that certainty that if your
absolutely.
body says no, it's no.
It's done. I love it. I love it. I mean, the whole body goes, and then you feel your whole
Exactly.
body empowering you. And that's the beauty about embodiment is that you switch your soul on, you embody who you are so much that your body aligns to support your yeses or your nos, or it opens you up to move forward, or it literally puts barriers up so that you can't make that
Mhm.
decision that's out of alignment. So, yeah,
Exactly.
so beautiful. And Mari, you've done lots of different modalities. So theta healing, you're a teacher, you're a medical intuitive. You've got a beautiful. I don't. Maybe I've missed out on some of your trainings. I don't know. But how has the embodiment coaching certification, uh, I guess, integrated or fitted or helped to combine everything else? Or how is it? How is it all? Because at the end of the day, we all do lots of different trainings and stuff like that, but it's like we're wanting everything to kind of glue and integrate so that we can make it our own. So how
Mhm.
how is how is the Sacred Star embodiment coaching helped?
For me, Sacred Star was such a natural flow. I mean, it's almost like I didn't have to think about it. It just felt so natural to do things the way the Sacred Star was doing things. So, and obviously, all my background in theta healing and medical intuitive, I was able to also identify how to make it fit in the whole program. But it's become so natural for me to work that way. I guess also because I'm a teacher, and I guess it's very similar. Coaching is very similar to teaching when you teach someone. So it was something that I just, it called to me so quickly, and it just fit in like a glove.
Yeah.
So So I didn't struggle at all with the modality. It just flowed beautifully, and I like the way you create this relationship, a different kind of relationship with your client, wherein you empower your client more, and so you take a step back, because there's a tendency, especially well, as mothers, as teachers, even, you want to control all the variables, right? You want to make
Totally.
sure that
And
everything is micromanaged and running smoothly. But there really is a wisdom in stepping back and allowing and waiting for the right moment for that person to just come into their own alignments, to their own realizations, into their own transformation. So it was just, for me, a natural process. I didn't even have to think about it, if that makes sense.
yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it. It's like that is the magic, where you let the body take over, and
Mm-hmm.
the magic unfolds.
Yes.
Amazing. And if you were to say anything to any future students or those that are curious about this certification, what words of advice or wisdom or anything that you think would be important for them to know from your experience?
Well, like I said at the start, I think this is one of the most beautiful journeys that you can ever, take as a woman, particularly, because it just allows you to delve deeper into your own, like all the different layers of who you are, particularly your body, and how we use our body to express ourselves more in this world. And that in itself is a beautiful relationship to discover, even after 40 plus years. So
Never too late.
it's never too late. And it's beautiful. I mean, and that's where you begin to appreciate how wonderful it is to be a woman, despite all the difficulties and all the hardships that we may have had
Yeah.
growing up. There's it's so sacred,
Mm.
that whole relationship, and the whole being part of the creative process of creation, and your body being the holder and space holder, if you like,
Mm-mm.
for a future life to be born, for example. So there's just a magic and a depth in all of that. And
Yeah.
so it is a beautiful journey, and you will learn things about yourself that you never ever knew, and it will begin to click, like all these missing pieces of the puzzle will just suddenly come in, and you'll realize how amazing you actually are. Like it really is. It's just wow.
Yeah.
We've spent so many years of our lives living on the other side of the coin, of being in that victim, in that suffering, in that hardship. And then when you realize everything that your body is, what you truly are, then you just suddenly step into that sovereign, empowered woman that you were meant to be.
Yes.
So it really is um, a beautiful journey. And I also want to say that Vanya as a teacher is just very generous, and she guides you along the journey so well. So you're in wonderful hands. This is yeah, I mean, I've known Vanya for many years now, because I've trained with you as well with Theta. So
Yeah.
um so I'm still here. So
And
that
she's
says
still
it
alive.
all.
She's still alive, everybody. Amazing. Oh, Mari, thank you so much for all your beautiful words of wisdom. Thank you so much
Thank you. Thank
for
you.
for being a part of this program. She's also been an amazing support in our support circles as well, and we really appreciate you. All of the students really appreciate you and your care and your wisdom
Thank
and your
you.
kindness. And that's the beauty of this program. There is a sisterhood. There is people to swap and exchange with, and it's a playground of transformation. So, but I love you, and thank you so much for being a part of this journey. And are you offering sessions or anything like this at the moment? Would you like to let everyone know?
Yes, yeah, I
And then
actually,
maybe you can put your email down after.
sure, yeah, I do private sessions, so, you know, yeah, I'm
She's
available for
available.
for private sessions.
Amazing. Yeah, Mari's a beautiful, deep healer and very nurturing and holding. So if this is what you're needing, then you can also reach out to her. But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank
And for
you.
those who want to know more about the Sacred Star Embodiment Coaching Certification, you can email me, you can drop me a DM, you can explore the syllabus, you can contact us if you've got questions. But we very much look forward to inviting you into the program. So thank you. And thank you, Mari.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Vanya.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.